Today we're going to talk about 3 ways of handling your triggers. That's right. Hey beautiful souls, Mirv here, and I help you get happier with hypnosis. Have you ever been in the situation where you get a text message, and let's say you're out with your partner and you get a text message, or you actually get a phone call, and that phone call kind of like gets your partner worked up, or you kind of like do something and that triggers your partner, so therefore that backfires at you, and you start to go at it and start to fight out in public, and you do something and that triggers your partner, and right away your partner is kind of gonna be in that trigger mode. Or let's say you're out with your partner, or you're out with your family or your parent or even a friend, or at work, right? And someone does something that triggers you. That triggers the shit out of you, and you just go into this flight or fight mode, right? Whether they did something that pissed you off, or they didn't do something so therefore that pissed you off, or they said something, or you got a text message, or you texted your partner and they never responded to you. It can, again, triggers can go a long way. So the point of a trigger, right? Let's say you go into that situation. Now I'm going to talk about 3 ways to handle your triggers. And don't forget to check out my free MP3 hypnosis down below. Check out my free MP3 hypnosis about letting go of negativity, and let me know your thoughts. Step number 1 is don't forget to breathe. Something that's so simple but yet so hard to do. Don't forget to breathe. And what does that mean? It's literally whenever you're feeling triggered, just right away, do not forget to breathe, right? Breathe at least up to 30 seconds, and trust me, that always works. That calms your nervous system down, because once you get triggered, everything in you goes out of control. All these thoughts, all these feelings, all these emotions start to play in your body. So don't forget to breathe. Okay, again, 30 seconds. Breathing can go up to maybe like 5 times within 30 seconds, and I guarantee you're gonna feel at least better than before. Step number 2 is being self-aware of your ego and your emotions. And again, what does that mean? The ego is gonna go ahead and tell you so many effed up things, right? It's gonna be like, oh, your partner never wanted to text you back, they don't care about you, they don't love you, you suck, you're not pretty enough, you're fat, you're ugly. All the triggers are gonna come through. All the insecurities are going to come through. And that's because, why? Because your partner didn't text you back, or you got a horrible email at work, or your parent said something that reminded you of your childhood. So again, be mindful of your ego. Your ego's going to mess you up. Your ego's going to talk to you in a very messed up way by telling you what not to do. Your ego's just gonna add fuel to your fire instead of calming it down. It's not gonna add water to the fire, it's gonna add fuel. So therefore, just be mindful of your ego. And instead of thinking, oh, my partner didn't text me back, they don't love me, they don't care about me, oh my God, they're abandoning me, oh, let me break up with them before they break up with me, all the shit that we go through, right? Instead of going that route, be mindful that that's your ego messing with you. Yeah, that's your ego messing with you. So try to put that ego aside. Again, this is all practice. Practice makes perfect, right? Try to put that ego aside and get in touch with your emotions. Talk to your emotions. Feel your emotions. Talk to yourself. Ask yourself these questions. Does my partner really not love me? Is my partner really ignoring me? Is my partner really talking to someone else and they don't want to talk to me anymore? Is my partner really breaking up with me? Let's just hope they're not, right? Let's just hope this is a healthy relationship and you guys are like gonna be in the future, right? So is my partner not gonna do these things? And so when you start to talk to yourself about these things, the emotion through your emotions, and you ask your emotions these questions, yes, your emotions are gonna talk back to you and be like, no, silly, Of course your partner loves you. Of course they want to be with you. Of course they care about you. Of course they're not abandoning you. They probably got caught up with work, something came up, the phone died, which happens so many times, or they didn't see the text, or they didn't hear it, or they're in the bathroom showering. It can be so many reasons. So instead of going into this rabbit hole of thoughts, negative thoughts, just be mindful about your ego and your emotions, and accept the fact that you're going through these emotions. Yes, accept the fact that you're actually being triggered, but instead of going again in this rabbit hole of triggers and fight or flight mode, how about we just talk to ourselves, talk to the ego, put it aside, and talk to the emotions. And actually, when you talk to your emotions and you feel your emotions, you're gonna know that your partner, or again work, or your family member is really not doing anything to hurt you at this point. It's all your own triggers that are reminding you of a situation that happened when you were younger. Step number 3 of how to deal with your triggers is having an anchor. And what does an anchor mean? Correct, it's not the anchor that you throw from a ship where it docks. That's not the anchor we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about creating an anchor, a happy thought, a happy moment. An anchor is something that reminds you of a happy thought, or a happy situation, or a happy place. So for example, for me, when I get triggered, or when I'm like going in my in my thoughts or in my emotions, right ahead, obviously I do the breathing, and I'm mindful about is this my ego, is this my emotions, and then I think of my anchor. My anchor is the beach. The beach makes me so happy. It makes me so happy that I close my eyes and I just imagine myself on the beach, just scrolling, or just like walking around, just sitting, maybe meditating. So whenever I think of the beach makes me so happy, and that's my anchor. Or for example, I remember a thought with my partner that made me so happy, a situation or a trip that we took together, or a meal that we shared together, or these laughters, or even dancing, anything that can, any moment that I shared with my partner as far as a happy moment, that can also be my anchor. It can also be a shirt, it can be an object, it can be a part of your body, like maybe like your ear, or maybe like when you do this on your heart, or maybe like your nose, or your stomach, or a picture that you have on your phone, and you look at that picture and that reminds you of a happy thing, or that reminds you to smile and be happy. So an anchor is something that's going to instantly remind you of that happy thought, right? Again, whether it's with your partner, an object, a body part, or it can be like a teddy bear that you had when you were younger. So once you create that anchor, and again, you're triggered, right? So we do the breathing, and then we go ahead and we're mindful, self-aware of my ego, my emotions, and then my anchor. For me, it's the beach. I go and I think of being on the beach, and I'm just like, wow, I'm actually pretty calm, pretty good. All right, it's not that bad, Mirv. Relax, calm down. It's really all in your head. It's really all in my head. My partner really didn't do anything. Let's say my partner goes after 30 minutes of me going in this like crazy thoughts, calls me back in 30 minutes. Hey babe, sorry, I was in the bathroom. How stupid are you gonna feel, right? These are the 3 steps of handling your triggers. I hope this helped. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and like with anyone that you think would be benefiting from this today. Mwah. I love you all.